A student once asked the teacher, "Dear teacher, what is the best way to live one's life?" The teacher responds, "Child, why don't you read books on that?" To which the student replies, "But there are so many books to read. How would I know?" The teacher says, "It's not how much you learn, but how much you apply that changes your life." There is this codified wisdom on how to live your life as if you are following wisdom from 1,000 books. So my child, would you like to know?
How many books did you read last year? How much wisdom that you learned from these books and other learning resources would you apply in your life? How is that you live your life so that you experience constant growth, great experiences, and are also contributing meaningfully to the planet? Hi, I'm Life Coach Venkat. I am the founder of AV Piron Academy. Think about reading more than 1,000 books. Now, reading these 1,000 books is only making sense if you are applying that wisdom in your day-to-day life. Whether we talk about religious scriptures or books that talk about personal development, living a meaningful and productive life, living life with emotional resilience and strong character, living life that is helping you live out your best by loving people more, giving more, enjoying more, contributing more, and experience more. At AV Piron Academy, we have developed a code of living and we call this a habit revolution. Habit revolution is a set of 10 habits that if you live by every day, you are as good as following wisdom from 1,000 books. Because no matter what kind of book you are reading or personal development tactics and rituals you want to follow, one way or the other, it is a form of these 10 habits. So here are those 10 habits that if you follow, you will maximize the living potential in your life, and not just that, you're actually following the wisdom from more than 1,000 books. So the first one is you work out every day. Human body is designed to wander, hunt for food and millions of years. Our body has this experience of time embedded in our genetics. So human bodies are not designed to sit for 8 hours and consume TV content, work in front of a computer. Human body is designed to move. It is designed to sweat. It is designed to get worked out every day. And when you do that, you are maintaining the natural state of your body. What happens when you do so? One, you are keeping yourself away from all those lifestyle diseases which you have created in the last century. Two, you're going to reverse the effects of aging. So you are aging, but you're aging stronger, wiser, and you're looking more young than others because you work out every day. So therefore, 30 minutes every day, you dedicate a time just to work out so that you sweat. So it could be jogging, running, yoga, swimming, or it could be hardcore like a workout in gym, or maybe a high interval intense cardio session. Whatever you do, make sure that you love what you're doing and you're having fun while doing this. The point is, get under sun, get the sweat coming out, and that's how you feel better every day. So that's the first habit. The second one is reading your affirmations daily. Affirmations are set of sentences that begin with the letters I am. Maybe you're working on your personal development or career goals, or maybe attracting the right soulmate in your life. Now, affirmations prove to give us a sense of direction to our subconscious mind. What you put in your subconscious mind is going to act like an automatic driver that is priming you to go and get what you read after the statement I am. So when you read, I am confident, I am strong, I am living in a healthy body, I am fit. So these affirmations, as you keep repeating, will help you come closer to resources, connections, and people that enable you to become lovable, stronger, fit, whatever you put in those affirmations there. So first thing in the morning, even before you start your day, it is important that you read these affirmations. Third, well, this is something you do throughout the day, but I call this healthy eating. Healthy eating means you're not just eating 3 or 4 meals a day, but you're making sure you are putting healthy food in your mouth. So what does that mean? First, you got to avoid certain foods. That being sugar. Sugar is the first thing you will avoid. You see, sugar is a concentrated form of jaggery. So earlier, to attain sweetness in our food, we used to use jaggery because sugar was not brought to India yet. But once the Britishers came, and then we got to produce sugar, and there is sugar all over places. You are putting sugar everywhere. Now, since you wouldn't need this much amount of jaggery, but if you concentrate this much amount of jaggery, it would become few teaspoons of sugar. Few teaspoons of sugar is easily consumable, but that is what is also damaging your brain, your mouth, your gut, your internal organs. Sugar is as dangerous as poison. Sugar causes lots of damages. So no sugar at all. And it's a better idea if you are replacing it with jaggery. 2, yes, occasionally you can consume sweets and desserts. Yes, of course they are made of sugar to treat yourself, but the point is, try to avoid sugar as much as possible, and you can have healthy cheat days. 2, no beverages, no sodas, because all these sugarated, aerated drinks contain sugar. So maybe you're drinking like 200 or 300 ml of a soda can, but that has like 20 to 23 teaspoons of sugar and it's dissolved, so it's easy to consume. So you wouldn't eat this much amount of jaggery, but when it's provided in a can like this, it's easily consumable. And what happens is you just ingested this much amount of sugar. Imagine eating this much amount of jaggery, gulping down, right? How bad would you feel? That's exactly what these things are doing. But our brain interprets taste and healthy foods differently. So anything that is tasty in the mouth is consumable. So what industries have come up with is they are trying to put sugar everywhere. They're trying to put a high fructose corn syrup everywhere and they're making it consumable. But actually we are putting lots of unhealthy food down your gut. So it's therefore important that you identify what are bad foods. Now the simple rule that I follow is yes, I avoid sugar. Second, I make sure that foods which were not consumed by my grandmother, which people did not eat in the 18th century, is not food, right? So anything that comes packaged, anything that comes in plastic wrap, anything that is coming basically from outside, try to say a strict no, okay? Cook food at your home, eat healthily, and make sure everything you eat is natural. By natural I mean make sure you're buying organic vegetables, make sure you cook your own vegetables at home, eat lots of vegetables, lots of fruits. The basic thumb rule again here is eat fruits and vegetables that are rich and deep in color, and eat lots of them. Drink lots of water. How do I understand what is drinking lots of water? Drinking lots of water is this. If you drink water enough that you are urinating at least 5 to 6 times a day, then you are drinking enough water. And because it is kidneys that purify the blood. Most people think it's lungs. Well, it's not lungs, it's not heart, it's kidneys that purify your blood. So we have to take care of our kidneys because that's the purification system we have, that's the filtration system we have. And what better than water? Drinking lots of water can help you maintain kidneys that last longer healthily. So these are the principles. We do this throughout the day, right? We are eating healthy, we are not eating bad food. By eating healthy I mean nutritious, supporting food that help you to work out every day, replenish your energy, build your body, and make sure you are not feeling full but energized and ready to rock anytime. Because our body is the food we eat. The kind of food we put in our body, that's exactly how our physiology and psychology is going to be like for the next few hours. So make sure you put healthy food in your gut. So that's healthy eating for today. Fourth one is you meditate every day. By meditating every day, you give yourself the privilege to access your own intuition. You see, there is so much going around us that we are bombarded with stimulus. There is information, there is social media, there are people, there are issues, there is life, there is relationship, there are our own goals and commitments, our own hobbies. We are pursuing because there are so many stimulus that is coming. But when you shut yourself down from all of this stimulus and just sit idle, spend more time with yourself in solitude and reflection, you begin to understand things, you begin to see patterns which you couldn't see consciously. Suddenly the insights will just start downloading into you. It's because you are just sitting there and doing nothing. And because when you're doing nothing, you're able to listen to your own inner voice, to your inner guide, and that is listening to your intuition. All great leaders meditate. It's because they draw their greatest strength from their meditation. So you meditate every day. I'm not asking you to meditate like monks. But what I'm asking you is to just meditate for 20 or 30 minutes a day. Well, if even that's difficult, you can begin with 5 to 7 minute meditation and begin to experience the effects of soothing and calm mind that you get after doing a meditation. Even better, if that's also not possible, what I advise is just sit idle for 30 minutes, doing nothing. Put your phone away, put the TV away, put all possible distractions away, just get lost in nature. Just get lost in nature, and I think that is a very good meditative practice than meditation itself, because you're connecting with nature, you're connecting with the universal mother, and you will begin to get those insights as much as you're meditating. And that is simple, and that is doable, and that is something that we all truly need in this age anyway. So the point is self-reflection, the point is eliminating all the distraction and sitting calm, tapping into the super consciousness and listening to your intuition. So if meditation allows you to do so, that's fine. If certain other practices allow you to do this, that's fine. If walking in nature does that for you, that's also fine. But make sure you are, for some period of time every day, 30 minutes to an hour, you're not distracted by anything that craves for your attention, including family. The next one is the habit of doing something which develops your focus. I call this the focus habit, the fifth habit. So when you have the focus habit, what you try to do is you sit and you do a particular habit that requires you to focus and use your creativity or problem solving, or you're just doing there, getting lost in the flow of just doing that. It could be your hobby, it could be a passion, it could be video game, it could be coloring, it could be cooking, it could be listening to music, it could be anything for you. But as long as you could get lost doing that, and that's a specific activity designed not just to consume the content but to sharpen your focus. There are many practices available out there. I particularly use an app called Lumosity. I use this app because it works on all the areas of mind, all the cognitive and functional areas of our mind. Maybe some of the areas are overlooked because I'm doing a certain kind of work, but Lumosity helps me to compensate that, because they're like games designed, and these games help me to use specific areas of my mind, each meant for different functioning, reasoning and cognitive work, but it helps me to make sure that I'm sharpening my mind every day. Most of the times we are not using as much as brain as we did on school or college days, because our everyday life requires us to make more decisions than use our brain more cognitively. By playing something like Lumosity, you are making sure that you are sharpening your focus every day. There are other simple practices like just staring at the flame of a candle, or using a concentration yantra called Sri Yantra, and even a lot more. Point is, make sure you're doing something that is improving your focus every day. Why? Because we have limited time, and within this limited time each day, if you could get done more, that's only possible if you're able to focus more. So if your focus is deep, you can do more each time, and within this time an average person is doing just this much, but within the same time you end up doing and achieving more, living more fulfilling and enriching life, because you have deeper focus. So that's why focus is a very important habit. How do you develop focus? You can use any of the practices that I mentioned, or you can figure out your own focus practice that allows you to sharpen your focus. All the resources that I'm talking about in this video are provided below in the links. There are many free resources. I'm sharing the links whether in form of apps or downloadable resources. You can download them and use them to make sure that you are following the habits that I'm mentioning in Habit Revolution. The next habit is memorizing. When we memorize, say, a list of names, maybe a list of words, maybe improving our vocabulary, or maybe remembering verses from religious scriptures, or maybe memorizing something from your academic needs, when you memorize, you unlock those regions of your brain that helps you to think ahead of others. See, most of the times we have stopped memorizing new pieces of information right after our college days, because whatever we are communicating, whatever we learn, we are doing these actions based on the information that we already know. But when you improve your vocabulary, when you memorize something, you are adding new pieces of information, you are still using those areas that actually kept you cognitively engaged and active back in school days and younger ages. So we're not just trying to sharpen our focus, but at the same time we're trying to remember something every day to keep the brain active, so that we don't need to experience the memory loss effects that usually happen with aging. And not just that, by memorizing something every day, you unlock a secret potential of your brain, because you have new information adding, you have better vocabulary to express, better vocabulary to define what you want, and you also have more words, so that gives you the information consuming ability which normal people do not have. Again, for this habit, all the free resources that you need are given below. I particularly use an app called Magoosh. Magoosh helps me to build vocabulary. I work on building my vocabulary because 1, it is helping me to memorize something every day. 2, it is also helping me become a better communicator, and in my field it requires me to become a better communicator, and I'm not just depending upon the few words that I have learned so far yet, but by adding new words to my vocabulary, it is making me more conscious of the choice of words that I use, and I enjoy that because this helps me to exactly express myself. The next habit is learning. You need to learn something every day. The learning can be for your personal development, business development, and relationship development. So when I talk about learning, I'm not just talking about reading fiction, but I'm talking about reading something seriously to upgrade your life skills. As I said, it could be personal development, business skills, or even relationship skills. Now, why do we need to do this? Because as kids, we would approach our teachers or parents if we had a problem to solve. We would seek knowledge, wisdom, and direction from them. But as adults, there are so many skills we actually do not know, but we are engaging ourselves in relationships, in parenting, and also in running businesses. But the point is, you always need to educate yourself, because learning is never enough and there is so much to learn, and as you put new information in your mind, it gives you the possibility to think something new. But if you are stuck with the same information that you gained from your academic ages, and all that now you get to live is the number of days in your years, but you're not putting anything in your mind, you're just simply repeating the days, and days become years and year becomes decade. So you end up achieving very less than your truest potential possible. But when you learn, it helps you to understand that yes, I have more potential and more possibilities. Your ability to believe in what's possible expands because now you know more, and when you know more, you can do more. So reading for serious skill upgradation is a very important process in one's life growth, and therefore you must have a dedicated time. So I dedicate like 45 minutes to an hour a day just to sit and read. And by reading, I'm not saying I'm reading messages on social media or WhatsApp, but this is dedicated reading. I have my Kindle and I read books on my Kindle, and that is reading time. Or it could be learning time. Maybe I'm enrolling in a course. I have few subscription to certain learning resources. So I dedicate either to reading or learning that 1 hour or 45 minutes. And I also make notes, serious notes, not just scribbling. I make serious notes because the time that I spend there learning, that must be recorded, because you can never trust your memory. What you think you understand, you tend to forget. So whatever I learn, the insights that I get at that point, I jot it down. And my notes help me to come back and revise and reflect and go back to my life and apply what I have learned. So this is a serious activity for me, as if I am a school student, because life is always a school and you're always a student for life. So yes, you have to learn something daily. So make it a dedicated habit, not just a habit of reading. As I said, this is not reading fiction. This is serious reading for life skills upgradation. The people who learn are leaders. The people who learn are people who are ahead of the normal crowd. The people who learn, who read, are the people who are world-class leaders, because they know more, and when you know more, you understand how much you don't know. Because the more you keep knowing, the more you understand that there is so much more that you don't know. That makes you a humble person. There is simply nothing that cannot be learned, because every person's experience, every problem faced has been documented as a book or as a learning course or in other forms of learning media. The point is, there are very few problems that you are going to uniquely face, because most of the problems have been faced by humanity before and is also recorded for our purpose to face them. So if you're learning more, your ability to solve problems is also increasing. That's why the person who learns more can solve more problems. He is courageous, he or she is more humble, he or she at the same time wants to learn even more to fulfill their need to be better equipped at life. So make sure you're learning something meaningfully that applies to you, that is resourcefully going to change your life. And this is a serious game changer. next thing is the habit of giving. You need to cultivate the habit of giving something. Now, giving doesn't necessarily need to be money. Giving can be giving your knowledge, giving your time, giving your manpower. So there are many forms of giving. Sometimes you can just give a shoulder to help. Maybe a friend is crying and you could just lend your shoulder to cry on. Sometimes we need people. But whatever way is possible, whatever humanly way is possible, make sure you are giving something every day. Make it a point that when you reflect upon how did your day go by today, there is at least one person you have helped today in whatever form possible. I have a practice where I counsel somebody every day, or I give money every day, or I give knowledge every day. There are certain forms of giving that I have assumed, and I do this as part of my daily routine. It's just incorporated in my work, or it's just incorporated in my lifestyle, so it becomes automatic for me. I'm not consciously thinking that I'm actually giving, because it is just woven into my routine. So you come up with what is possible for you to give. Do not think you do not have money. Even beyond money, there are so many gifts that you have that you could give. As I said, maybe you could give a shoulder to cry on. So think about it, right? No matter what age you are, no matter where you are, you can always give something. You can give a smile, you can give good words, you can give good behavior, you can be kind, right? So give something every day. And when you reflect upon the day before you go to bed, just make sure that you have a count of at least one person whose life you have touched meaningfully today because of their good deeds and action. So now that brings me to the last two habits, although the order is different, but yes, the last two habits are: one, you wake up early, and two, you go to bed on time. You see, our human body is designed to go to bed like a couple of hours after sunset and wake up a couple of hours before the sun rises. We have been doing this as ancient men for so long time. Even when man came up with civilization and kingdoms, this is how we ate, this is how we dined, this is how we slept and woke up. But today we have technology, and technology is constantly craving for your attention, for your eyeballs. There's a lot of blue light, and blue light stimulates you to stay awake. Blue light slows down the release of sleep-inducing hormones. And this is not how we lived. In fact, when tube lights and bulbs were invented, people were actually complaining that it would affect their sleep. Well, we got so used to that nobody even discusses that. But my point is this: we have given technology the permission to disrupt our natural rhythm of life. And leaders will be those people who can restore this normalcy, who can fight this technology, the need for attention and distraction, and lead a calm, peaceful, and natural life as human body is meant to live. They will be true leaders of this century. So make sure that I have this practice. Nothing beyond 9 p.m. Okay, by nothing I mean no technology, no TV, no phone, no WhatsApp, no social media after 9 p.m. After 9 p.m. I do nothing, and usually all the blue lights in my house are dimmed down. We only keep this time for dinner, reflection, family talks and sleep. Other than that, we don't do much. So usually we are in the bed between 9:30 and 10, sometimes even by 9:30. So the earlier you sleep, in fact I know people who sleep by 8. Well, it sounds strange, but it's actually very good. They sleep at 8 and wake up at 4. Well, I try to sleep by 9:30 and try to wake up by 5. That's what I do. But yes, I'm trying to get there. but this is the best I can do at the moment. But I strongly recommend, if you're sleeping a couple of hours after sunset and rising up a couple of hours before the sunrise, I think that's totally cool. That's actually totally natural. But this is the best I do. Okay, wake up by 5 and go to bed before 10. And there are certain practices I do which allows me to do this. One, as I said, expose your blue light. Before you go to bed, make sure you are exposed very less to blue light. 2, cut off technology. You have technology, you have access, and when you have access, it's easy for you to get distracted and lost in that information. So no, cut off technology. 3, the 1 hour before you go to bed should be with your family. And I strongly believe this, because it is family that is your final home, because the ultimate meaning to your life is given by your family. So the last 1 hour when you spend time with your family positively, joyfully, that is how subconsciously you are entering your sleep. So you are priming yourselves to wake up energized, have a fulfilled and enriching sleep. And no other activity can do that. If you're watching a movie, if you're watching blue screen on your mobiles before you go to bed, this is going to seriously disrupt your sleep. And that's exactly what you should not be doing. Well, the whole world is doing this in today's age. But if you are not doing this, that means you are going to be the leader for those population. That's how leaders gain. That is the power of habit revolution. You go to bed on time. Now, when you're able to go to bed on time, you are naturally primed to wake up early. Now, people, when I talk about waking up early, they see it as a problem. Well, it is a problem if you're sleeping at 11 or after 11 and you are expected to wake up by 5 or 6. You're sleep deprived. And the night before that, you were actually spending too much time staring your mobile or TV or whatever, blue light that you have been putting your eyes on. And it becomes very difficult for you to wake up the next day because you're exposed to so much light. So, when someone is waking up early, it is because it is naturally possible for him, not because it is an act of discipline or self-punishment or sacrifice of sleep. Please understand that. Waking up early doesn't mean you're compromising your sleep quality or duration. If you think you're the kind of person who needs at least 8 or 9 hours of sleep, that's fine. Then sleep early and still wake up on time. And by wake up on time, make sure you're waking up at least by 5 or 6. Initially, 5 a.m. seems difficult. I think anybody can wake up at 6. 6 is possible. Start with 6, and the reason why we ask you to wake up early is when you wake up early, you do 3 things. First, you work out. Second, you read your affirmations. Third, you get to read or learn that 1 hour. So, workout, affirmations, and learning are the things we forget to do once we catch up with our day. See, we have our own routine. There is family, there is work that is constantly craving for attention and fulfillment of responsibilities. Once you step in that zone, you don't get time to spend for yourself. Right? So, even before your day starts, get the most vital things done. Your workout, reading your affirmations, and learning powerfully for that 1 hour. And now you have time for other activities. You're preparing of your days, you're bathing, you're getting ready, you say your prayers, you have your breakfast, and now you just go about your day naturally without having the discipline and the need to learn, the need to work out troubling you, because you got done with. So now you have your entire day ahead of you. You worked out, you learned, you are powerful physically and also mentally, because normal population is not doing this, but you are. So you are a world-class leader. You lead that day very differently than other people. People are brought down by rejection, failures and problems and obstacles, but you see possibilities. You understand that there are problems and obstacles, but yes, I can see through them, I can succeed in solving them. Why? Because you have more information in your head, you have a stronger body to see through those problems. Most people are physically so lethargic and energy drained that they just don't want to face problems and solve them. But you are strong here, here and here, and that gives you the courage to take that leap of faith, go and solve it. You're not afraid of failures or rejections. It is exciting for you to make things happen and get things done, because you live in a body like that. You prepared for this early in the morning and you live your day like that. And if you repeat your days of life by following habit revolution, just imagine the quality of life you would produce in 365 days. And if you adopt this as your lifestyle and live the rest of your life like this, just imagine the quality of life you get. You will get a body that is fit. Even when you're 80, you can smack some serious ass. You're eating healthy, so no lifestyle diseases. You are reading your affirmations, saying your prayers, practicing memory and focus. You are learning every day. You are such a wise soul, so humble, so wise. People approach you for your insights on problem solving, on life direction, on guidance, on business development. And when you go to bed early, you say your gratitude prayers, you go to bed early, and when you just reflect, how did my day go by today? It was an enriching and fulfilling day as always, because you follow the habit revolution. So this is a system of living which I call the codified wisdom of all the books that was ever written or are going to be written. And my point is this: if you're living these 10 habits every day, by doing these 10 habits every day, you are more or less following the wisdom from all the books available, because in one or the other way, the rituals or practice that are told is one or the other form of this habit. Yes, I'm not suggesting that you should not read anything else or not incorporate any other new habits. Yes, you should. It could be just improvising these habits or adding your own tinge and flavor here and there just to modify, but essentially the 10 habits will remain in a structure as such. So yes, follow this as a template to start a very healthy, productive, enriching, loving, passionate year. And read more, experience more, learn more, add your own flavor to these 10 habits. Add your own way of doing your rituals towards these 10 habits. And yes, that's how you follow these 10 habits and leave your own unique mark on this planet. Ultimately, guys, remember, our life is all about living for others. In living for others, in serving others, in making sure we are fulfilling the purpose of our life, we become abundant, prosperous, and whatnot. Because the universe or God, whatever supreme force you like to believe in, wants to bless you with more when you are living for others. Because you are now an instrument of God, fulfilling the God's purpose Himself. So, by dedicating our lives to others, we understand that if we lived our limited time that we are blessed with in our life more meaningfully, more productively, more resourcefully, we could do more. And we are doing more, you're doing more of God's work. That's how I see this. So that's why if you live your life according to the code of habit revolution, you can give more, live more, celebrate more life. this. So I hope this video has helped you understand how you can live your life as if you are following wisdom from 1,000 books. I hope this video has helped you understand how these 10 habits of habit revolution can meaningfully change your life. I hope this video has helped you understand how if you could live your life according to habit revolution, today, tomorrow, and for the rest of your life is going to change your destiny and how you live on this planet and on how you will impact this planet. I am Life Coach Venkat, serving humanity deeply, founder of youre Academy. It's my sincere wish to uplift humanity and to give this message to you so that you can uplift yourself in your life, and at the same time, by the way of leading your life using these 10 habits, you can also uplift your family members, your friends, relatives, and people around you. Serving humanity deeply, I am signing off. Thank you. See you in another video. Not just that, you're actually following the wisdom from more than 1,000 books. So the first one is you work out every day. Human body is designed to wander, hunt for food and millions of years. Our body has this experience of time embedded in our genetics. So human bodies are not designed to sit for 8 hours and consume TV content, work in front of a computer. Human body is designed to move. It is designed to sweat. It is designed to get worked out every day. And when you do that, you are maintaining the natural state of your body. What happens when you do so? One, you are keeping yourself away from all those lifestyle diseases which you have created in the last century. Two, you're going to reverse the effects of aging. So you are aging, but you're aging stronger, wiser, and you're looking more young than others because you work out every day. So therefore, 30 minutes every day, you dedicate it.
A student once asked the teacher, "Dear teacher, what is the best way to live one's life?" The teacher responds, "Child, why don't you read books on that?" To which the student replies, "But there are so many books to read. How would I know?" The teacher says, "It's not how much you learn, but how much you apply that changes your life." There is this codified wisdom on how to live your life as if you are following wisdom from 1,000 books. So my child, would you like to know?
How many books did you read last year? How much wisdom that you learned from these books and other learning resources would you apply in your life? How is that you live your life so that you experience constant growth, great experiences, and are also contributing meaningfully to the planet? Prove to give us a sense of direction to our subconscious mind. What you put in your subconscious mind is going to act like an automatic driver that is priming you to go and get what you read after the statement I am. So when you read, I am confident, I am strong, I am living in a healthy body, I am fit. So these affirmations, as you keep repeating, will help you come closer to resources, connections, and people that enable you to become lovable, stronger, fit, whatever you put in those affirmations there. So first thing in the morning, even before you start your day, it is important that you read these affirmations. Time just to work out so that you sweat. So it could be jogging, running, yoga, swimming, or it could be hardcore like a workout in gym, or maybe a high interval intense cardio session. Whatever you do, make sure that you love what you're doing and you're having fun while doing this. The point is, get under sun, get the sweat coming out, and that's how you feel better every day. So that's the first habit. The second one is reading your affirmations daily. Affirmations are set of sentences that begin with the letters I am. Maybe you're working on your personal development or career goals, or maybe attracting the right soulmate in your life. Now, affirmations Hi, I'm Life Coach Venkat. I am the founder of AV Piron Academy. Think about reading more than 1,000 books. Now, reading these 1,000 books is only making sense if you are applying that wisdom in your day-to-day life. Whether we talk about religious scriptures or books that talk about personal development, living a meaningful and productive life, living life with emotional resilience and strong character, living life that is helping you live out your best by loving people more, giving more, enjoying more, contributing more, and experience more. At AV Piron Academy, we have developed a code of living and we call this the Habit Revolution. Habit Revolution is a set of 10 habits that if you live by every day, you are as good as following wisdom from 1,000 books. Because no matter what kind of book you are reading or personal development tactics and rituals you want to follow, one way or the other, it is a form of these 10 habits. So here are those 10 habits that if you follow, you will maximize the living potential in your life.